Hello viewers, this is Dr. Shahrukh Khan. Welcome to our series of history lectures. And in this continuation of Arab-Israel conflict, today we are going to discuss First Oslo Peace Accord of September 1993. So as far as this peace accord is concerned, it is one of the important steps in the peace process. Before discussing this accord, we should understand what was the background of this accord. So as far as the Israel is concerned, here it was the change in the government in Israel and less aggressive government, that was Labour government, came to power. And the Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and the Foreign Minister Shimon Peres, both of them, they believed in negotiation and they were ready to give some concession to PLO in return of peace. So they followed a less aggressive approach and agreed to reach on some peace, to reach some agreement with Palestinian leader so that the peace can be established in this region. As well as PLO leader Yasser Arafat. Yasser Arafat, he also responded to the response given by Israeli government, and then finally dialogue started between Israel and PLO. And finally this dialogue, this negotiation ended in signing of this Oslo Peace Accord in September 1993. And this peace accord brought some peace to an extent, although not the complete peace. So it brought some stability in that region. So what were the terms and conditions of this Oslo Accord? What were its main terms? So according to this Oslo Peace Accord, which is also known as Israel-Palestine Peace Accord, it was signed in Oslo in Washington in September 1993, and according to this pact, Israel recognized PLO. They gave the official recognition to Palestinian Liberation Organization, and in return PLO also recognized Israel's right to exist. Till now they were not ready to accept Israel in any form. They were not ready to accept any terms and condition. But when this peace accord was signed, then finally is PLO, they recognized Israel's right to exist and they promised that they will give up terrorism. Okay, so the PLO, they agreed to give up terrorism as well as they recognize Israel's right to exist. In return of it, Palestinians were to be given limited self-rule. It was a limited self-rule, not full-fledged one, not full freedom to given to them, but they allowed them limited self-rule in the region of West Bank as well as in the Gaza Strip. Okay, so they allowed them self-rule and they allowed them limited self-rule in the Gaza Strip and West Bank. And Israel said that they will withdraw their troops. Israeli troops will be withdrawn from there. Not immediately, but they will remove their troops slowly. Okay. So in that way, this PLO and Israel's peace accord brought some peace there. They were allowed self-rule, but it was a limited self-rule, and they allowed them to rule in West Bank and Gaza Strip, as well as they agreed to remove their troops from there. And PLO also agreed to give up terrorism, to recognize them self-rule. So it was a historical move. But people from both sides, they opposed this move. The more radical organizations, more aggressive groups like Popular Front of PLO, they were not ready to accept this peace accord, as well as more strict and radical groups in Israel. They also criticized Yitzhak Rabin for signing this peace accord, and they condemned it, and they were not ready to accept this peace accord. So the extremists from the both sides, they kept on opposing the move. Popular Front, they wanted complete independence. They did not agree with PLO's agreement of limited self-rule. They said we want full freedom. That is why this accord was not acceptable to them. On the other hand, extremists from the Israel, they were against to give any type of concession to Palestinians. But the moderate from both sides, they showed great courage and determination to accept this peace accord and move ahead. So after first peace accord, they signed second Oslo peace accord after 2 years of first Oslo peace accord in September 1995. And according to this second Oslo peace accord, now more concessions were given to PLO. So according to this accord, Israel agreed to withdraw its troops from the West Bank in stages. Not completely they will put out their forces, but they will pull out their forces in stages. So Israel will withdraw its troops from there, and they will allow the limited self-rule to the Palestinian, and this Palestinian state will be ruled by a parliament, or it's known as the Palestinian Council of 88 members to be elected in early 1996, where all the Palestinians of 18 years of age, they will vote. They will elect their parliament or Palestinian Council of 88 members. So this 88 members of Palestinian Council will rule the West Bank and Gaza Strip. As well as it was decided that they will free 6,000 prisoners. 6,000 prisoners, those who were in the jails of Israel for various crimes, they were to be freed in 3 phases. Okay, so around 6,000 prisoners to be freed in 3 phases. So extremists, they were not happy with this move, and extremist group in Palestine, they blamed their leader for shameful surrender, and finally some of the Israeli right-winger, they assassinated their Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin in November 1995. So Yitzhak Rabin, he was assassinated by right-winger for signing this peace accord. They were angry because of this reason, and that is why they assassinated him. And then the foreign minister Shimon Peres, he became prime minister now. He also belonged to the same party who followed the soft approach towards Palestine, and finally when he became the prime minister, he carried forward this accord into operation. Okay, so Shimon Peres continued to follow the same policy which Yitzhak Rabin was following, and this peace accord which was signed now brought into operation, and elections were held for this Palestinian Council, and Yasser Arafat, he became the his party won the election, and he became the prime minister of Palestine. So once the process of dialogue had started, agreement reached between Israel and Palestine, as well as King Hussein of Jordan, he also paid visit to Israel in January 1996 for the first time. So agreement was signed with them. Then 1,200 Palestinian prisoners, okay, they were also released from the jail as per the agreement. It was the first stage of this, releasing the political prisoners. Talks also started with Syria. Egypt had already signed peace agreement signed between Palestine also, Jordan as well as Syria. They also started now peace settlement with Israel. As per the agreement, elections were held in Palestine, and here 80% voter turned out, although some of the groups they boycotted the election, but 80% people turned and voted in favor of Palestinian Liberation Organization, in favor of Yasser Arafat, and he became the new president of Palestine. But this peace did not continue for very long, because just after this there started some terrorist activities again, and forced suicide bombing carried out by the Palestinian group Hamas. And in this forced suicide bomb attacks, they killed around 67 Israelis, as well as one other terrorist organization, Hezbollah. They also started shelling in the Lebanon border. So these activities carried out by the Palestinian Hezbollah group, Hamas, Popular Front, as well as process in this peace also took place. In Israel also situation changed now. Earlier Labour government came to power. They followed some approach which brought peace there. But now again hardline party, Likud party, they came to power, and Benjamin Netanyahu, he became the new prime minister of Israel, and he criticized Labour government for following the soft policy with Palestine. They believed in hardline approach, and they were not ready to give any concession to Palestine. And when this party came to power, Netanyahu became prime minister, they were against giving any concession to them. So again situation became tensed in this region, and we see that till now there has not been any final agreement over the issue of this Palestine. On the basis of that accord, some form of liberation is given to them, some form of government is there, but still no final agreement has reached. Still Palestine has not been included in UNO. Still problem persists. Time to time bomb blast takes place. Some of the leaders of Hamas, they send some missile, they launch some missile there in Palestine region. They kill 1 or 2 persons, and in return of it, Palestinian army, they come inside Palestine, they kill hundreds of youths, they kill hundreds of children in return of 1 or 2 killing of their people. They are following so aggressive policies against Palestine. Whole world cries, whole world criticizes Palestine, Israel aggression, but no final decision has been taken yet. Every time there is discussion in UNO, America always uses his veto power, and because of this they save Israel every time from any sanction of UNO. So this situation still continues. Every time when violence escalates, UNO intervenes, peace established, and again it escalates. So the situation is still the same. Okay, so in that way, this was the main points, main accords which we discussed. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you have liked this video.